Hello everyone, very good morning friends. So I'm Sunil working as a software engineer. I'm into this blockchain projects. I'm actually very much excited about this blockchain, Bitcoin and Ethereum. So in fact, blockchain is a real buzz word right now. So you all might be knowing it. So I thought I would make some series of videos on blockchain, Bitcoin and other blockchain platforms so that I could share my knowledge and everyone would get benefited out of it. So that's the idea, guys. So this is my first video. So um, so first, what we are going to look in this video is we are going to look at money. Okay. So blockchain itself got evolved from Bitcoin, and to appreciate Bitcoin, we'll have to look at money in depth. Okay. So that's what we are going to look at. So money, when you take over period of time, we can divide into three categories. Okay, previously it was all barter system, that is historical money. Conventionally, we use fiat currency, and now we are moving into the Bitcoin, the digital currency world. Okay, now let's look one by one. So barter system. So what is barter system, and what is the problem with it? Why do we need fiat currency? Barter system is nothing but it's purely exchange of goods. Okay, so you take something, suppose you grow wheat, you take wheat and go to a rice seller, give him wheat and get back rice. That's how it works. So every commodity in the community gets exchanged. So that is barter system. Okay, so what was the problem with the barter system, and why do we need a fiat currency? So that's what we are going to look. Okay, for that we are going to assume an example where in a community we have a cattle grower, a rice grower, and a cancer specialist. Okay, so these are mm, few things available in the community. Okay, in our example, what we are going to look at is the cattle grower has 10 cattle. Okay, and the um, rice grower prices in such a way that a kg of rice is going to cost a cattle. Okay, so that's how rice grower price. Okay, now, what we are going to do is we are going to look at these properties of money: divisibility, fungibility, durability, and verifiability, and see why barter system failed in these properties. Okay, with respective to these properties. Okay, first one is a divisibility problem. Okay, so what we have seen: cattle grower has 10 cattle, and rice grower is asking 1 kg of rice. Uh, selling 1 kg of rice per cattle. So cattle grower goes day one, he gives the cattle and gets 1 kg of rice. Day two, same thing happens. By day 10, he is selling all his cattle. Now there is no way he could survive because he has sold all his cattle. Okay, and since it's a cattle, is there any way that he could go and say like, I give you half of a cattle today and half tomorrow? That's not going to work, right? So this is the first problem, divisibility problem. So the next one is the fungibility problem. What is fungibility problem? So the third one, who's our participant, he is a cancer specialist. Okay, what he says is in the community, if at all if you're getting ill, okay, so I'm going to treat you in your old age, or whenever you get cancer or some disease, I'm going to cure you. Okay, but the cattle grower and rice grower are more very skeptical about it. They think they are hale and healthy. I am not going to get cancer. Why do I have to spend? Why do I have to give him a kg of rice or cattle? They're saying no. Then what happens to the cancer specialist? It's a problem, right? Even though he has special skills, he is not able to survive in the market. Okay, that is a fungibility problem. The next one is a durability problem. So everything comes with the expiry date, right? So if it is cattle, maybe chicken, it just lives for a year or two. Okay. So what about with the rice? What about when you take tomatoes? Maximum you can save it for a month or a month and a half, not more than that. So this is the problem with the durability. Okay. So the last one is verifiability. What is verifiability? So cattle grower cannot distinguish between a good cattle and a bad cattle, right? Bad in the sense diseased cattle. So verifiability becomes a big mess when it comes to a barter system. Okay, so in order to avoid all these problem, we went to a new system that's called fiat currency. So money itself evolved from China. Money first got introduced in China for actually Persian and Indian traders when they went to sell peppers or ships. On those days, what happened? Normally, they carry gold, okay, and that's how the trade happened. But there were scarcity of gold, and Chinese king was not able to meet the needs. And what he thought was he would print a currency note, a legal tender. He signed its. He used to sign on the currency, and that was a government rule. Okay, so anyone comes to any trader or seller comes into the market, okay, they can sell their goods, and in turn, on return, they can get these currencies, and then they can spend throughout the Chinese country. Okay, so that's how money came into existence. Then later on, money became backed by gold, and a lot of things happened throughout the period of time, but we are not much interested into that. So now we look at the fiat currency. Okay, for fiat currency we look at these properties first, because since we have already talked about it. See, divisibility problem. If you take $100 bill, you can even convert into smallest single cent, right? So this is divisibility problem. Fungibility, it doesn't matter whether he's doing a cancer service or whatever. He can do a service and get the money and spend whenever he thinks he needs to do. Okay, so that is fungibility. Durability, until unless if we are going to throw the currency into water or some physical damage, okay, it's going to be durable at least for 100 or some years. Verifiability. See, verifiability, so it is a legal tender issued by government. It is verified. They've made ensured that everything is rightly put into place. So it is verifiable. So $10, if you have two $10, both are same. Okay. So until unless someone prints a counterfeit currency, both the currency $10. If you take a $10 example, so both are same. So this is verifiability, but it will not happen with the barter problem, in the barter scenario, because no two cattle are same. Okay, now let's touch base on these features. uh, Money as a store of value. What is store of value? So if you got $100 today, so even tomorrow it's going to be $100, right? So today also is $100, tomorrow also there is some worth associated to it, and it's not going to come down. It's going to stay the way it is. So that is store of value. So next one is means of exchange. Okay, so any commodity, anything with this currency you can buy. If it is United States, you go take a dollar bill, you give it anywhere, and you can get goods in exchange, whether it be a gas station or you're going to Walmart. So everyone is going to accept this currency, okay, because it is issued by the government and everyone believes in it. Okay, so that's means of exchange. So the last one is unit of account. That is, every product or every commodity is being accounted using the money. Okay, so for example, if you take a pizza, no one is selling the pizzas like, can you come with a sack of rice, I'm going to give you a pizza. No, it doesn't work like that, right? And he is not accounting how many pizzas he has sold. Okay, he's accounting one pizza cost so much dollars, say $10, and that's how it is all accounted. Okay, so just imagine, for a government, if everyone is accounting on their commodity. I have 100 pizzas, I have sold 10 chocolates without any value. It would be very tough to the government, right? To calculate taxes and everything. So that is unit of account. So every commodity has something linked with the dollar amount, or if it is UK, it is pounds, Canadian dollar, Indian rupee, like that. Okay, so okay, all good. So all these properties are satisfied, and we have this following features. Then what's the problem with the fiat currency? Okay, why can't we live with the fiat currency? Why do we need to move to Bitcoin? Okay, so that's a big question, right? Yes, now we'll look at that. Problem with the fiat currency is it is literally backed by the government, and the entire the people, okay, the people who lives in that government, they trust in the government and they have complete faith on their currency. Okay, so it means if you look at dollar, okay, so if you are in United States, okay, so the people in the United States believe in their government that my $10 has some real worth, okay, tomorrow also, I'll be able to use this, and by today buy a gallon of milk with $5. Tomorrow also I can use this for to milk or to buy something else. Okay, so there is a lot of faith involved in the government. Okay, then do we think that this faith will always succeed, and it's going to never going to put down? For that, we are going to look at Zimbabwean dollar as an example. Okay, so Zimbabwean dollar, what happened was, okay, it was all good, but there were a lot of civil wars, and there were droughts and famine. A lot of things happened, and their government was not that great. There were a lot of problems within the country. So let's see what happened with the fiat currency. Okay, there is nothing wrong with the Zimbabwean people. They believed in their government. Okay, and the government also tried their best. But what happened? We'll see that. In 1983, one Zimbabwean dollar was equivalent to one US dollar. Okay, what happened in 97? It was $10. Then just look at what happened in 2006. Between this 2000, the period of 6 years, it is $0.5 million. Okay, it is almost a $0.5 million is equivalent to $1. Okay, so it's terrible, right? So what happened? There is one famous story actually. Um, there was one person who had a lot of cattle and lot of wealth. He thought he can't survive anymore in Zimbabwe, and he just want to move to United States. He sold all his wealth and everything, and finally he ended up with having like $100 or something. Okay, very few amount of dollars. With that, he was not even able to get a flight ticket to States, right? Irrespective of all the wealth. Okay, so he didn't do anything wrong, right? As a as a citizen, he didn't do anything wrong. He trusted his government, but the government failed due to internal calamities and several problems, right? Now, so to address this problem, okay, now we are going to move into a Bitcoin world. Okay, here in Bitcoin world, no government is backing this currency. No banks are issuing this currency. It's all completely digital currency. Okay, so this is what we are going to look at in the Bitcoin currency. Okay, so that is going to be in the next video, guys. Thank you for watching. Have a great day, guys. Thank you all.